Hi everyone, it's Len Goucher, Gary Hines, and it's Tuesday, September the 29th. We're back here at the Rocky Lake Dome on the Rocky Lake Commons here in Bedford. Gary, it's been a busy week. Last week we had our update on the 22nd when the ice surface was installed, the concrete. Maybe you could give us a quick update as to what's happening here over the period of the next few weeks.
Yes, Len, if you take a look at the ice surface presently, it's covered with fiber that keeps the concrete wet because they're going through a curing process. They keep it wet, it slows down the curing and makes a harder, better surface that doesn't have any flake, which the ice will eventually be built on. Also, we're now cutting the dome on the top, which Len will flash around to and show you. They're putting the zipper in at the top, which is basically a Velcro piece, and there's ties that the insulation ties to and runs down through the channels to the floor surface, and that happens in every vein of the dome. And that will allow us to get a longer season. It'll allow us both shoulder seasons to be utilized. Also, we're putting the ties in that carry the lights from the dome, and Len will show you one of those ties. There are double cables hanging down, and it's a fluorescent light system that's presently being used to modernize arenas all over Canada. So we'll have a modern lighting system as well. Over in the other end of the facility, in the dressing room, we're now putting in the hardware and the doors on, and on the weekend they'll go to the painting process and paint that out hopefully in 3 or 4 days on the weekend. Also at the same time, Simcoe are working on their ice circulating system and fabricating pieces and connecting that up, and within a couple of weeks they'll be ready to try that out. Meantime, we're waiting for the concrete to cure that will allow us to then build ice.
Gary, I noticed this morning also Nova Scotia Power was out there hooking up the main electrical unit. I would presume that means that part of the process that will happen in the next couple of weeks also is a significant one, and probably quite a substantial one, is the hooking up of the electrical components of the project.
That's right. We'll no longer be running through a feed cable. We'll be able to hook up to the power that will be permanent, and we'll also be able to get lighting so that the finishing pieces can be done to enhance the facility for opening.
Well, that's great, Gary. So there's a lot going on here, and we're going to take a look around at a few things here for the next few minutes, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Len's now focusing on the hangers that the lights will be hanging from. Those are done through a knitting process rather than a gluing process. They use a heat gun that heats to 1500 degrees, and it activates a glue that's in the material, and the two glues adhere, and those buttons will now hold the weight of a human being. Len's focusing now on the process of putting what we call the zipper in the top of the dome. That's a piece of Velcro, and it opens up and allows the insulation to be pulled out through there as we pull the insulation up through the slots or the grooves in the inner fabric of the dome. That process is, again, a knitting process, 1500 degree heat, activating the glue in the two fabrics as they adhere, and so it makes a good, solid, complete finish for the insulation.
Well, Gary, it's as we can see around here, it's quite busy and a lot's happening, and there's a lot of obviously a lot of little things that have to happen. I'm looking at the lights fixtures down there for the inside of the dome and the boards. There are a lot of things that are going to be happening over the period of the next 3 to 4 weeks as the ice surface cures and as we get ready for the grand opening here toward the end of October. It's been a great day here. I appreciate the update on things. Is there anything that you want to mention that is going to be coming up in the next week or so that we should be watching for?
I don't think there's a whole lot we need to be watching for, Len. When you walk around the facility and you talk to the different tradespeople, they're on top of their game, and you and I are learning as we go along from them. And I think that we can be grateful for the knowledge we've gained, and I hope we've been successful in passing it on to the people in the communities who are looking at sending their children to the facility. I want them to realize it's been built with pride and built with excellence.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And I know Kenny from Simcoe has been absolutely wonderful with the installation of the ice plant, and he's working hard out there, very diligent to have it finished by October the 15th. I know Randolph Coombs, who's a contractor here of record. Randolph's been absolutely incredible. Warren, I guess. Is there anybody else you want to mention?
No, only outside of the fact that Yaden, the people who manufactured the dome, they sent us their best technician to come down and do the insulation piece and to fine-tune the rest of the dome and the tie-downs and so on. And so we feel real comfortable that we're getting excellence from all our contractors and those who have been working for us and with us.
That's great, because everybody can see him right up there in the back there. He's up about 40 feet on the lift there, putting the Velcro attachment there for for placing the insulation.
Yeah, Len, he doesn't ask anybody to do anything he won't do himself, and I always find that that's a quality that's missing sometimes in supervision and foreman.
Yeah, that's great. Look, Gary, once again, it's Len Goucher, Gary Hines. We're at the Rocky Lake Dome here at the Rocky Lake Commons in Bedford. And it's Tuesday, September the 29th. We're coming to the close to the end of the month and awaiting the opening of the Rocky Lake Dome toward the end of October. We'll be back again in about another 7 days. We'll see you then.